Blackwood to the outside world. It's a picture-perfect sanctuary, but when the fog rolls in at twilight, the town transforms into a silent, eerie dollhouse. The quiet streets hold secrets that the morning sun refuses to reveal here. Every shadow has a memory, and every closed door hides a heavy truth. Detective Elias arrived when the air felt heaviest. He spent a lifetime chasing ghosts, but Blackwood felt different. It felt like it was waiting for him. The yellow police tape flickered in the wind, a boundary between the mundane world and something far more sinister. Elias didn't hesitate to cross it, and there it was, carved deep into the brick, a strange symbol pulsed with a faint, unnatural glow. It wasn't just graffiti, it was an invitation. Days bled into nights as the investigation took hold of him. His office became a sanctuary of obsession, filled with the faces of the vanished. The symbol appeared everywhere, on old maps, in the margins of forgotten journals, and now, at the center of every missing person's report, he found a witness at the local diner. A soul shattered by fear. The hands shook so violently the coffee spilled. A silent rhythm of terror. They didn't use words. They just pointed toward the woods, the dark, suffocating heart of Blackwood, where the trees grow twisted and the light never reaches. Elias entered the forest under the cold gaze of a full moon. The branches reached out like skeletal fingers, clawing at his coat as he pushed deeper. The shadows here didn't behave. They moved against the wind, independent of the trees that cast them. Something was watching, and wasn't hiding anymore, deep in the thicket. He stumbled upon an abandoned cabin. It stood like a rotting monument to the town's forgotten sins. Its windows like hollow eyes. Inside, the air was thick with the scent of iron and old dust. Every inch of the walls was covered in the symbol, painted in dark fluid. Then, at the end of the long hallway, the darkness took shape. The shadow figure stood tall and slender, its form absorbing the very light of his torch. Its movements were jittery, like a broken film reel. It didn't breathe. It just existed, and then it began to move toward him. Elias ran. He burst through the door. The forest floor a blur of roots and darkness. The chase was on. A desperate flight through a living nightmare. The forest seemed to conspire against him, branches snagging his coat, the ground shifting beneath his feet. But he couldn't stop. He couldn't look back. He reached the cliffside. The edge of the world, nowhere left to run. He turned, flashlight trembling, to face the thing that had been hunting him. As the beam hit the figure, the truth was revealed. It wasn't a monster from the shadows, but a reflection of the town's own hidden shames. The figure didn't strike. It simply began to dissolve as the first rays of dawn touched the horizon, leaving Elias with one final piece of the puzzle. On the ground, where the entity had stood, lay an old, rusted key. It felt heavy with the weight of 1,000 untold stories. Elias stood alone, looking down at Blackwood as it woke up. The town looked peaceful, but he knew better. The horror wasn't over, it was just changing shape. Back at his desk, the key rested on the symbol he had drawn. Some doors are meant to stay locked, but in Blackwood, the past always find a way out.